Yo, what's up, everybody? Fatman Live. Fucking Brittany from Fire Baby is on tonight. But before we get through that, we're gonna just go through some house cleaning real quick. Um, we are gonna be at the Gettysburg Reptile Show this weekend, November 9th. We're gonna roll in there around 10:30. We'll be there all day. We'll be hanging out with at Conduit Constrictors. Table for most of the event. Come up, say hi. Me, Paulie from Large Marge Morphs, and Kevin from Sugar Skull are going to be there. So come by, say hello. We're hanging out with everybody like Chris from BNS and a bunch of the other Pennsylvania people. So we're taking the 4-hour fucking drive, and we'll kind of just go from there. Well, man, yeah, try not to move too much. Okay, well, that'll be easy. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, all right, this episode is brought to you by Conduit Constrictors. Listen, the guy put over $1 million into the hobby coming into it. The guy actually bought a piece of property, bought like farmland to build his fucking empire on. So they obviously, if he spent $1 million, he doesn't have shit snakes. He has high-end fucking snakes. Him and his kids are doing this. We're gonna be at Gettysburg together. I'm gonna meet the son for the first time. Steve, if you want a quality ball python, look no further than Conduit Constrictors. All right. They're probably one of the nicest people I've met, and they're a sponsor of the show. So obviously, I'm not going to say anything bad about them. All right, who's next? All right, we'll just wait. Yeah, there you go. My ride or die. Fucking Shane Kelly from Small Town Exotics, who I tried to convince to come up to the Gettysburg show, but he can't make it. He's if you want a quality ball python, hognose, leopard gecko, like all the fucking all the shit. Go over to Shane. All right, Small Town Exotics on Instagram. No E in the exotics. It's just an X. All right, check out the red snake. Anyway, who's next? Who do we got next? Visionary Exotics, who was just on the lamest chat. Will did great. Texas guy into puzzles, into paints, into all the fucking all the latest and greatest shit. And he's running in the 15 minutes of lane contest this year. I got high hopes for Will. Okay, he did great on the lamest chat tonight. Go check him out at visionary_exotics on Instagram. I was going to say .com. I think he has a visionaryexotics.com also. Anyway, go check out Will. He's fucking awesome, dude. Brian Bodie, who I think we're going to lunch finally. He's going to be right in Tarrytown, New York. That's really close to me. So we're going to go to lunch next week. Very excited to meet Brian for the first time. He's based out of Las Vegas. He does shows all over the West Coast, though. If you need a quality ball python, Brian Bodie's the place to go. All right. So who do we got next? Brian Bodie Reptiles on Instagram. Great Family Snakes just signed up for another year of sponsoring Fatman Live. So just a great fucking group of people. They're a family-owned company. They specialize in Desert Ghost Axanthic Pieds, a lot of Axanthic crap they got on there. Check out their morph market because they always got some double visuals and single visual heads available. They're great people. All right, go to Roger and Lori Gray at Gray_family_snakes on Instagram. All right. So who do we got in the chat tonight? Let's just get this over with. Quick. Jen Kate, what's up, Jen Kate? Been too long. Love your new show, by the way. Tags Pythons, who's also he's going to be the last 15 minutes entrance in the contest this year. His episode is going to be live on November 15th. So make sure you hang out and watch Snakes and the Fat Man with Tags Python. Sky High Morphs also in the 15 minutes of lane contest this year. Go check them out. Brian and Holly are fucking awesome people. VIP Morphs, my boy Gerald, former 15 minutes of lane contest. Apparently, what we found out tonight is he had 9% of the popular vote at the end of everything. So that's still thousands of votes, buddy. So don't worry about it. You did good. Old World Pythons. This must be one of Brittany's people. Thanks for coming. We appreciate having you here. Irresistibles, my girl Nikki. Nikki ran the keys auctions all weekend, so she's probably exhausted. Thanks for stopping by, Nikki, even after you had a workaholic weekend. My boy Dick, fucking good evening. Dick is gonna be on Gecko Divas Coffee and Cresties soon, so keep an eye out for that. More Forge, my girl Jamie. Jamie is gonna be the last episode of the year. Of the Hot Girls episode on in 2 weeks. I don't know what the exact date of that is, but yeah, fucking A. 319 Reptiles also in the 15 minutes of lame contest this year. What's up, Chris? Thank you for popping in. Got anybody else? Let's see. M&K Exotics, what's up, Mike? Fucking thank you for always being there, being part of the Patreon. Letting me use your logo in my logo shitting on video, so I appreciate that. Chris Blocker, sound is messed up here too. Jesus Christ, hold on, I'll be right back. All right, is that any better? Okay, I got a heads up. No, that may happen. That may happen a lot. Fucking Bubba Cat. What's up, Bubba Cat? DM me on Instagram. I'll let you know how to become part of the show. Let's see. Who else do we got here? Leviathan, fucking former 50 Minutes of Lame winner. Okay, Leviathan, I'm looking forward to those pictures, Steven. All right, that's all I'm saying. Need a couple of those pictures. Let's see. That's it. That's all we got. Leviathan's the last one. All right, so what we'll do is we're going to bring in tonight's hot girl. Fucking look at this. Fucking Brittany, what's going on, Fire Baby?
Hey, how's it going, Chris?
Good. We met just a month and a half ago.
September, whenever CRBE, so September.
You were. I met Brittany at Billy's, and Billy's from Mutation Creation, by the way. And you're part of that Patreon, right? That's how you got up there.
Yes, I'm top 2 tiers, so yeah.
Top
pretty
2
well
tiers.
Connected with him. And yeah, it's great. It's very educational. It's very helpful with the breedings. It's great. It's been great.
How much a month did you pay for the top 2 tiers? What's that? $50 a month?
Well, a little more than that. But again, it's a business expense. Like if you're doing this as a business, it is a business expense to be plugged in, to attend certain events, to have access to what we have access to. Yeah, it's worth every penny that I've paid for it.
No, relax. I'm not saying that it's not. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Well, I highly recommend it if anyone's looking for a good Patreon.
Okay, so $100 a month.
$100 a month.
$100 a month.
You can do more than that, but I do the $100 a month, and it's again been absolutely worth it.
I saw it goes up to like 500, right?
Yes, I think so.
But anyway, I met you at Billy's. You rode up to Billy's from Maryland, right?
Correct. About an 8-hour drive.
How is that possible when it was 8.5 hours for us, and you're 5 hours away from me?
I have no idea, but yeah, it's not because I drive too fast. It's just that's what it took me. The second time, so that was my third time at Billy's. The second time I went up to Billy's, it took a little longer because I got stopped at the border. So got inspected. Yeah. They took my pepper spray. It was like a whole thing, but eventually got through because you can't have anything up there like self-defense wise. Like you don't bring it. Like if you're going up there, you don't bring it.
Yeah. I was with 2 cops and I was just like, or corrections guys, and I was like, thank God you guys didn't bring anything. Yeah. But we flew right through the border passing. It was quick and easy, so we didn't have any problem getting through. So this is your third time up with Billy's, third CRBE then?
Second CRBE. When I got stopped, I was just going up for a barbecue.
Okay. You drive 8 hours for a fucking barbecue?
Sure. Well, of course, like it was also a snake sale. So
Oh, that's right. I remember that. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
I ended up with a couple,
Mm.
4, I think, snakes after that trip.
But then how did you get them back down? You had to wait for the
You
CITES
got to
permit
do
and all that, right?
CITES, you got to do shipping. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Billy's Patreon. Are you a member of any other Patreon?
I'm not. I've thought really hard about joining quite a few, like yours being one of them. And just uh, obviously Justin Kobelka has one, and a few other creators. I've thought about it. Haven't pulled the trigger on any other ones yet.
Are you a big part of the Discord also?
We don't have a Discord in our Patreon group.
Oh, that's actually nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, speaking of, if everybody likes what we're doing here, join the Fatman Nation Discord over at patreon.com/Fatman Nation. Little as $5 a month, you get access to exclusive videos, exclusive merch, videos before they're released. It's a lot of fun. Don't join our Patreon though if you're like, oh, ball pythons is lifestyle, man. It's a lifestyle, and we realize that people do other things, and we have one section dedicated to reptiles on our Patreon, and other than that, it's movies, TV shows, stand-up comedians, music. It's all the fun parts that you want to do after your 115th fucking tub that you're cleaning for the fucking day, and you're like, what did I get myself into? Okay, so
And you have an
we're
event
into that. What's that?
You have an event coming up on the Patreon, don't you? Sometime in December, there's going to be like all the big, like Billy included.
Oh, well, what we're
like,
doing is we're doing a celebrity Zoom call. Yeah. And
Yeah.
there's going to be one huge guy that is at every Zoom call. So you could get some FaceTime with them before. And it's going to be fun because, like, let's say you're on the fence about joining Justin's Patreon. Come talk to him for a little bit and see. Let's say you're on the fence about Billy's. Fucking do the same thing. Talk to them before you buy them, before you do any purchases or all that. And, I realized later that it seems like a little bit of a scam, right? Because, in order to see if you want to join their Patreon, you have to join my Patreon. Yeah, but my Patreon is cheap as fuck. All right. So don't worry about it. Okay. That's all I'm saying. Cheap as fuck, $5 a month. You could do up to $50 a month, but I don't recommend that because I'm clearly not worth $50 a month. But yet we still have a couple of people on that fucking tier, so I'm pretty happy. What put you into this? What made you think, oh, the ball python thing could be a moneymaker,
Right. Yeah. So I grew up, my father introduced me to reptiles at a very young age. We had garter snakes was our first pet snake that we ever had. I've had leopard geckos, and I've worked with a lot of different exotics through, being a vet tech and working at pet stores and things like that. But then when I was in grad school, I started seeing these egg cutting videos by, of course, the legendary Brian Barczyk, who has, passed on, but it has inspired so many people. And, I just got kind of curious. And so I went into research mode, and I started looking into all of the different genetics. And because I love science and I love, messing with genetics, and it just kind of seemed like a natural fit for me. And because I have been in grad school, student loans are a thing. So I thought this would be kind of a really fun hobby, but at the same time to turn it into a business where, I have these animals that I get to enjoy and share with other people. So I'm hoping that it is successful. That's the plan, is for it to be successful. But yeah, just like watching egg cutting videos, there's a reason people love watching them. It's, and there's a reason I love getting them, like the ones I got to cut open today. Today's, egg cutting was pretty boring because they're all bells. So nothing super surprising, but, it's so satisfying to see those little heads popping out, and know that there's going to be people that get excited and want them. And,
well, yeah,
so yeah,
you could make a living selling bells. I mean, if you put out enough of them, you could definitely. I mean, because everybody always wants a white snake, right? Like, it doesn't even matter if you sell them for $200 a piece. You still are going to sell every one that you have. So that's actually cool.
Yeah.
But how long have you been doing this professionally? Like as far as going to shows and having a more market account and everything else?
Mhm. It's my second season. So I am still, again, that's why I'm on the Patreon and might join more Patreons. I'm still new and I'm still learning, and but I'm loving it. And of course, each Patreon you join, I feel like they're gonna sell you more snakes. So I might grow my collection more. But yeah, it's been really interesting so far. I feel like I haven't gotten one clutch that's been boring. There's always something weird going on, like a gene popping up I didn't know I had, which has happened to me twice in 6 clutches. Like that's all I've had. And then of course not hitting genes that I thought I had has also happened. Having a dual sired clutch has happened. So, each clutch is kind of a question mark. At least it has been for me. I haven't had a lot of predictability.
Yeah, but each clutch could be a question mark, but that could be the difference between a $500 clutch and a $2,000 clutch.
I have not been mad when I hit things that I didn't know I had.
Okay, so what did you not know you have?
I had female, 4-gene female, so powerhouse female, but is het cryptic, which I didn't know, and I bred her to a clown. So I got a bunch of kryptons, and I didn't know I had cryptic. So I made these kryptons, which was awesome. And then my VPI banana pied is also apparently leopard. So I have a bunch of leopard that clutch, which I wasn't expecting. But then I also didn't hit it on Xanthic, which, speaking of shedtesting.com, I just saw Charlie pop up. So I got the results back today. And the reason I didn't hit any Xanthics is she is not, in fact, het for Xanthic.
I saw that shed testing result on your Facebook page. Yeah.
Kind of stinks. But so if anyone's looking for a black pastel het pied that's proven, she will probably be available now. But it was still
cool.
And
also, if anybody's looking to shed test, obviously go with Charlie.
Go to Charlie.
Throw in the code Fatman20. You'll save fucking 20%. Charlie is actually unbelievable. We spoke about Charlie with Patrick from Aura the other night, and Charlie's the guy to go to, man. I mean, unless you want to wait 13 weeks for your shed test results back, Charlie's the guy to go to. So I'll never say anything bad about Charlie until he fucks me. Then I'll say something bad about him. But until then, fucking, I don't think Charlie's gonna fuck me. Charlie's a good guy.
Yeah, I got to meet him at Tinley, and he's just as nice in person as he is when you talk to him as a customer. Like, he's great.
I've never had a phone call with Charlie under an hour.
I believe it.
Yeah, like we could always find shit to talk about or talk shit about people. Fucking yeah, that was great. Fucking great. So you're a show person. When was your first show?
Our first show was our local show, which is great because it's 20 minutes from my house. It's a very small show. It's one of Larry Kenton's shows. I don't know, like he has a bunch of shows out this way. But it was our first show, and it was the first show I ever attended as a kid and saw a banana ball python. Was like, what is that? That's amazing. And now I own banana ball pythons, and it's like a dream come true. But our first show, speaking of bananas, like we didn't sell anything the whole show. It's the last 30 minutes of the show. And this little girl, like 8 years old, comes up and she's like, I really want a female banana. And I was like, I have a female banana. So it was my first sale. I'll never forget it. It wasn't a lot of money. It wasn't anything, but it was a little girl, and it was exactly what she wanted. And I'll never forget, she named it Bagel, because apparently all their animals have food names. So it's Bagel, the banana ball python. And I'll never forget that very first show, that very first sale. It took all day to get that one sale, but it was completely worth it to me. So
how long ago was that?
That was a year ago.
Okay. What was the name of was it like the All Maryland Reptiles Expo?
It's MarylandReptileFarm.com is where you can find all their shows.
Okay. And this weekend you'll be heading up to Gettysburg.
I will, not vending, but I'm definitely going to go and say hi to everybody and check out what's available, because you never know what you might find on someone's table. Morph Market is fantastic, but not everything is posted, and you got to go to the shows. You got to check out what, you can get really good deals at shows. So I'm looking forward to mostly like seeing all of my friends hang, obviously I'll come say hi to you, I guess,
Yeah, well, yeah.
and then,
Like, fuck them. Because at Billy's, we were in Billy's back in the backyard, and you looked very, very reluctant to
I'm
join our little
shy.
group. Right?
I'm shy. I was like, that's Chris Eaton. I have no business knowing even like any of these people or being here, but here I am, and I was just being shy.
Yeah, but the thing that you had to learn, like being to these Billy events, is that everybody's just regular people, right? Like Billy is just a regular fucking guy. Justin is just a regular guy, that owns 30 Porsches. So maybe he's not, your average guy. But all the big shots. That when I first got into the hobby, I was never reluctant to go up to these people, because I just thought, they're just snake people, like they're just, they're nobody's like a hot shot here, right? And then I found out like certain people didn't come up to me, and I was like, why the fuck wouldn't you come up to me? Like, and but then I realized I hate people, and I'm like, oh, good thing you didn't come up to me. But now I have to rehabilitate my image and pretend I like people again. So that's why at Gettysburg, I hope people come up. I'm glad you joined our group.
Well, I was gonna say it worked on me, so
yeah, it's fun. And we were just cursing. Like you definitely looked reluctant to like, we're like fucking pussy this and cock that and fucking, fuck this guy and all that. And you gradually got a little bit closer, and then you were with a big dude.
Giant. He's a giant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Andrew from Powerhouse.
He looks like way more than a giant when you're in a wheelchair. I'll tell you that. Okay. When when I looked up at him, I was like, holy fuck. I mean, this is just a big dude. But you guys came and hung out, and I'm glad you guys did.
Glad too.
And Billy kind of got it down, right? Because Billy got his Patreon people that help him or that pay him, and you guys help him at the shows.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I sold 2 snakes at CRBE for Billy.
Yeah, he totally got that shit down. Like as a matter of fact, Billy came into the production room where we were doing interviews, and I'm like, "Don't you got to be at your table?" And he's like, "Nah, my Patreon people got it." And I'm like,
He's so good to us, We're good to him back. It's just how it works,
right?
And I just love doing shows. I love talking to people. I love check out this really cool snake. One was like a orange dream banana pied or something that I sold, and it was gorgeous, and I was so excited because she was really excited. And I love doing that stuff. I'll do that stuff for free. I'll do shows for free. Like, yes, I'm in it as a business. I do want to make money, but I also actually love it and really do enjoy talking to the people that come up to my table, whether you buy from me or you don't buy from me. Like, ask me questions, because if you do end up with an animal, whether it's from me or from someone else, I want to know that you know what you're doing. So I think that that's important to have those conversations. And there have been times when you talk to somebody at a show and they don't buy from you, but then I get messages on Instagram or, through text message, and they're like, hey, I met you, and we didn't buy anything, but we have questions, or we're interested in something now. We weren't ready then, but now we're going to be ready, coming up. And what do you have? So if I didn't stop and have those conversations, I wouldn't have these people coming to me now when they're ready. So, it's a good thing to spend that time. It's never a burden to spend that time with somebody.
Oh my God. You could tell that you're new. Okay. You haven't gotten jaded yet. You're still excited about everything.
I still love it. Yeah. I haven't had too many bad experiences so far, so I guess I've been pretty blessed.
Oh, just wait. I read about 4 of them today. Online with breeders talking shit on other breeders. Don't worry, you'll get there eventually. Is it just ball pythons that you do?
So I only do the ball pythons, but with my partner that I vend with, that we do shows together, we do breedings together. So his name is Brian. He has the blue-eyed leucistic Colombian rainbow boas that we have for sale. So he does different morphs of Colombian rainbow boas, Honduran milk snakes, and then also corn snakes.
Does he still operate under Fire Baby too?
Pretty much we operate under me because I have more connections than he does. He's very old school, and by partnering, it's very mutually beneficial to both of us. He helps fill the table with inventory, and I, I'm the one that has all of the different, ways of getting paid. So instead of just being cash, which people don't always have cash, a lot of the other kind of stuff goes through me. All the bookings go through me. So when he doesn't have time to handle or deal with things, I'm able to handle and deal with things because I have more time. So it's been a very mutually beneficial situation.
And you do some kind of chiropractic thing for a day job, right?
I am technically a doctor of chiropractic. I have the degree. I do not practice. So I don't practice currently. That might be something in my future. I'm not sure, but I teach at college. So I teach anatomy and physiology and microbiology and biology. So I teach the sciences. And then I also do work at a chiropractic office one day a week to do billing, which kind of keeps me plugged in. And I just love the chiropractor I work for. She's fantastic. And part of the reason I became a chiropractor in the first place. And so, yeah.
What was the reasoning behind that? Like, that's not, most of the time whenever you're like, I'm a chiropractor, you just say, oh, so you didn't want to go be a doctor, right? Like you just were happy with the chiropractic thing. What made you want to do that?
I don't even know where to begin. So a chiropractor saved my life. I went through the traditional medical system for almost 5 years when I was very young, and no one could figure out what was wrong with me. And I was to the point where they were telling me it was all in my head, and they were telling me that, they didn't know what was going on, or I was ready to be done with life. Like I was ready to be out because of how much pain I was in. And then my mother called her chiropractor, and then I had surgery, and now I'm better because even over the phone, he knew exactly what was wrong with me just from hearing my complaints. So that was inspiring. And then when I started working for the other chiropractor, she took me to a conference, and I just fell in love with it even more. And I'm very interested in knowing the cause, like the root cause of a disease. I'm not so much interested in, oh, you have these symptoms, here, take these pills for your symptoms. I would much rather say, oh, you have IBS. Instead of taking this pill to treat your symptoms of IBS, why don't we figure out why you have IBS, treat that, and then voila, like now you have a better quality of life. And so that's kind of why I went more towards the holistic chiropractic type route, where you do get a full medical education. Like we have to know how to do all the diagnostic imaging, and we have to know how to, do internal disorders because back pain can come from your kidneys. So you got to know all the things. So it's very similar to medical school, but where they have pharmacology, we have adjustment classes. But I loved grad school. If my dream job, if I could have any job in the world, I would get paid to go to school. Like I love knowledge. I love learning. Like if that was a thing, that's what I would do.
Man, that IBS thing got to be rough if you have that, huh? It's like, oh.
Yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of people do, and they just don't know why. But there's usually a reason.
Yeah, no, it's pretty rough. All right, so you didn't need the money for ball pythons, right? You just decided.
I have student loans. I have lots and lots and lots and lots of student loans.
Right.
So therefore, this is a good side business. Eventually it might be my main thing if I, am good enough at it, if I am producing things that are desirable, which of course is the goal, then maybe this will eventually become the main gig. But right now, this is a supplemental, keeping me sort of afloat, keeping me able to do things. And at the same time, I've met I've met so many amazing people just from being in this industry. I wouldn't change it for the world. I love all the people that I've gotten to know. Like, again, I know like you're more jaded than me. I still love everybody, but I just, it's been fantastic to get to meet these people and share this with people in our community. And again, the more people that come to shows and love these animals, it's all good. It's all good things.
I just want to say that I agree with Blake. Okay, great eyebrow game. Okay, totally great. Right? And good makeup. Right, like she fucking didn't fuck around. She knew this was a hot girl show. She was like, I'm gonna come on not looking like trash. Okay, and you have to appreciate that. Do you feel that this being known as the hot girl show is objectifying women?
I mean, I think that's a personal choice, whether you choose to be offended by it or just be like, oh, okay, like whatever, that's a thing. Like I don't get offended very easily, so it doesn't offend me. It makes me feel like, did you have the right person on? But I super appreciate it. I take it as a compliment. But at shows, when I do vend shows by myself, when Brian is not there, being a woman in this industry, I think that there are people who probably would rather talk to a man at a show.
Let's talk about that for a minute.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Do you ever? But yes, there's probably people that would rather deal with a man. But do you feel like 90% of the hobby is men, right? So that's not a personal, attack on you if you're a woman.
Right.
It's just that they expect to see a guy at the table. They don't expect to see a hot girl at the table, right? So especially hot, because when you see a hideous girl at a table, normally dudes have no problem walking up to them and just asking them what the fuck's going on, because they're hideous. They're not intimidating, right? Like, you're hot, like fucking, you're gonna be intimidating to a guy. But have you noticed a lot of that, especially vending the shows? Have you noticed a lot of there's a little bit of chauvinism in the crowd? No? Well,
I
you
don't
could say yes.
I don't know if I'd call it chauvinism. Well, it might be. I mean, I guess you could call it that, but I think that there are just certain people, especially if they are more well versed in the reptile community or in the reptile hobby, that because there's not a lot of women, especially on like doing it on their own. Like, yes, I have Brian, but I do, like, for the most part, this is me doing it on my own. And I think that you're right, and people expect to see a man there. The goal would be one day to have a man as a permanent part of Fire Baby, and doing this together and sharing it, like people like Triforce or A Exotics, where it's married couples that are doing it together and both enjoy it, as opposed to a couple that one person does it, the other person doesn't get involved. Leviathan, Courtney and Stevens, another great example of married couples doing it together. But as far as me being at a table by myself at a show, I do sometimes just wonder, are people passing my table because I'm just, a young-ish, female that maybe they think I don't know what I'm talking about, or they don't think I know my genetics. They don't think I know my science. They don't think I know my animals. I just wonder.
That's one of the main points that, why I started this show, because I actually love seeing a woman come in and show that she knows 90% more than any of the guys, right? Because what people, Python Prince, fucking stripper or stripper body. I don't think he still strips, but yeah, good looking dude. May wanna hook him up. Fucking Blake, we're going down to Gettysburg. So you come down and meet her, all right? Come down and meet her, all right? Make it
I'll
happen.
be there.
You're a really good looking guy, all right? All right, and I say that in a no homo sort of way. He's not that good looking where I would blow him, all right? But
Okay.
hey, you
I'm
know,
glad we cleared that up.
a lot of girls want to blow him, okay? But and that's actually, yeah, Courtney already hates people, and she especially hates poor people. I think Courtney being hotter would be detrimental for her. I think Courtney actually has to ugly it down a little bit and be more approachable. Okay.
Is that Courtney from Leviathan?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I told her when I met her for the first time, I was like, "You are so pretty." Like that was the
She
first
is.
thing I think I said.
She is. She's really hot, but
She's gorgeous.
like she's so mean. If you don't have if you don't hit a certain dollar amount every year, for your income, she will not talk to you.
Oh.
Okay. She's very money driven. Okay. Doesn't like poor people. That's all I'm saying. Okay. But anyway, so you're single, obviously.
I am chronically.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're looking.
Not a big deal.
You're looking for a snake, dude? Why would you do that? Like, that got to be the worst choice. Like, why?
He doesn't have to be a snake dude. I think I just love seeing those couples at shows that are doing it together. I think, whether it's the snakes or it's some other hobby, I think it's great to have that connection with another person if you're going to do life with them. So it would be nice to have somebody that is into snakes as a partner, but at the same time, is that a requirement? No. But it would be a nice shared venture.
Courtney, thanks for the $1.99.
What is that?
She's
what
great.
The fuck is that?
She's also a little intimidating. Like I can understand people being intimidated by you, but also I think like she is a little intimidating just because she is so pretty and she is so knowledgeable and like she just has it. Like I don't know if this is true or not, Courtney, but you seem like you really got your stuff together. So that's inspiring.
Courtney totally got her shit together. Steven is kind of like the nerd of the couple, and Courtney is definitely like the cool Pinky Tuscadero of the couple. You're probably too young to get that reference, but whatever.
Is that a Happy Days reference?
Yes, it was.
That's as far as I can go with it, but I got you.
Good for you. All right. So did you ever have any trouble setting up as just a woman? Like if it was just you?
So set up at the show, I can do by myself, although those ARS, if ARS is taking notes about their displays, they're wonderful. The glass is fantastic. They are heavy. And if we can do something about how heavy they are, that would be great. But I can handle them. I can move them. And I have a dolly, thank goodness. But I also have a banner. And that banner's got to get put up behind the show or behind the table. And doing that on my own is usually I'm flagging somebody down, either somebody I know that I see walking by, like, hey, can you just help me throw this banner up real quick? Or if I don't know them, I'm like, excuse me, like, sorry to bother you, but I will stop people. I just stop people and ask for help.
Listen, what's the point of the question was not, do you have trouble setting up your fucking displays? It was like, have you ever caught any backlash for being just a woman when you're setting up alone? Like, and I find it very telling about you that that's what you immediately went to. The whole, I'm a hot girl and I just raise up my hands and then people will help me. People just come help me. Yeah, because you live in hot girl, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You live in hot girl world. If I were to do that, if I was to roll up with a fucking 3 ARS racks on my lap, rolling with one fucking, you think anybody would be like, hey, you fat fuck, let me help you? No, they'd be like, fucking make some room for the fat guy while he carries all that heavy shit in there. All you got to do is fucking be like, oh, the ARS racks are so heavy. And you got 20 guys being like, I'll help you with that. Fucking, 20 guys probably with no real job or benefits. And I just want to bring that point. So a snake guy may not be your you could have fun with the snake dudes now, okay? But I hope to God you don't end up with a snake dude fucking, it's just like, it's my dream. It's my dream to be Canova, man. You know, like I hope you don't end up with that guy. Okay. So big names in the snake business, okay?
Mhm.
Ozzy, Justin, Will Banks, Bob Vu. Name one of the, or Billy.
Billy, right? Got to throw
Who's the
Billy.
hottest out of those five?
Oh, who's the hottest?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I don't even remember everybody you said. So can I maybe not go with hottest, but like somebody I'm very impressed by and I would have not met, but I would love to meet? Because I think they all have their own good quality attributes, but I have not met Ozzy. And I would love to meet Ozzy. I think the fact that he well, at least, you know, if he practices what he preaches, he meditates, he takes care of his body, he takes care of his mental health. He is, you know, going in really interesting directions with his collection. He's a Marylander, so love that. So he also, I know, has studied like Robert T. Kiyosaki. And I also have studied Robert T. Kiyosaki, so I would love, like, as far as if I was going to pick one of those people, like, I want all of to meet and like hang out with all of those people. Obviously, I have met Billy, but Ozzy is one that I haven't met, and I would really like to pick his brain and just kind of see, you know, what kind of wheels are turning and how he does things, because, you know, even the real estate thing that he does, like, I'm very inspired by a lot of things with Ozzy, and that's the guy I would go to if I had was able to sit down with somebody.
Okay. All right. However, okay, that wasn't the question. Okay.
Well, I don't remember who's the hottest. I don't know, because you got to factor in personality, and I haven't met.
Wait, it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier when you're a trillionaire like Ozzy to fucking follow Osaki and fucking meditate and fucking, yeah. It's a lot easier when you're a fucking billionaire like he is. So, out of those five, who's the hottest? Answer the question.
Who are the five again? You said Justin, Ozzy, Billy, Bob
and who else did I say?
I don't know. I'm just gonna play favorites, and I'm gonna pick Billy.
You're gonna pick Billy.
I'm picking favorites because Billy's my dude.
Billy's your dude. All right. Yeah. Cool. Okay. No, that's reasonable. Now, when's the next show you're actually vending?
The next show we're vending, so we're trying to get into Manassas, Virginia on the 16th of November, but for sure, we will be at Oaks. So we're going to do the Oaks, Pennsylvania show on the 23rd of November, so weekend before Thanksgiving. Very excited about that show. It's a great show. It's a big show. It's a Pennsylvania show. So what's that?
It's been there forever, Oaks.
It's a great one. We were very happy to get in and have renewed our tables ever since. And because it's a Pennsylvania show, like Hamburg or like Gettysburg, I always tell people that even if you're not into reptiles, if you like to, you know, if you want to pay $10 to go to basically a zoo and like see all these incredible animals that you don't see in Maryland because we can't have them. Like, they can have crocodilians, they can have venomous. There's so many more species that you will see at a Pennsylvania show than you will see at a Maryland show. So
yeah, but isn't that more like, I mean, I remember my first Hamburg show. There's a fucking little 9-year-old kid there walking around with a pit viper that he just bought, and I'm just like,
oh my gosh, yeah,
pit viper, 9 years old, and it had holes in the container, you know, like fucking air holes in the fucking.
I don't know about that.
Hamburg is a crazy. Hamburg reminds me of a fucking Tijuana flea market, man. It's like it's the worst show that I've ever been to. But we made a lot of money, you know, doing. Oh, it's not in that. It's not in that armory place anymore.
Oh, because that was bad. It was bad. They moved. So they are in Morgantown now, and so it's still considered the Hamburg show, but it's in Morgantown. And it is, the facility is amazing. Like, we never vended the old building. But we did the very first show at the new location, and again have renewed ever since because it's really nice.
Right. Okay. Well, maybe
So
I'll take a
if you
look.
have
I
a
like
chance,
going
yeah.
down there because we used to go to the Sands Casino a lot on our way down there in Bethlehem. Okay, that was fucking great. Okay, but I think it's a different casino now. But I'm hoping that we get to hit a casino on Saturday
What's
on our
your
way.
game?
What's that?
What's your game?
Oh, I'm a doofus. I like slots. That's
Okay.
all I do. I do I want to smoke a cigarette and hit a button. That's how I relax. Okay. And I remember going there, and our first time going to Hamburg, we stopped at the Sands, and Donato was like, "I'm going to learn how to play craps tonight," and Danny's like, "I'm going to teach you," right? And they went and played craps, and I went and played slots, right? And they're looking at me like, "Chris, you fucking fag, you're playing slots," right? Right. So like 45 minutes later, I'm walking around a casino, and I see Danny and Donato with their heads in their hand. And in that 45 minutes, they had lost $15,000. Okay. And and I hit for 1,800 on the slots. And I'm just like, oh, you fags, you lose $15,000.
Oh
So
my
yeah,
God.
no, I love doing the gambling thing. All right, so where do you see Fire Baby in 5 years? Like, are you hoping to be
Oh,
Justin, or are you hoping to be? I'm still going to keep my day job and have an extra 50, 60 grand a year rolling in from the snakes.
in 5 years, I really hope to be in a different location and have more space to have more animals. I am working double recessives and then getting into triple recessives. That is the goal for the higher end stuff. I will still make bells. I will still make banana stuff. I will still make the things that I know people love and enjoy and want as pets. But I will also be pushing more towards those higher end animals. And hoping to make things that people have never seen and combine things that haven't been combined. It's a challenge, but in 5 years, that's what my hope is I hope to be at least 3 times the size that I am now, being successful and and still hopefully enjoying it as much as I do now. That's where I see it going, is getting those recessive projects really established and doing well.
Right, but also, all right. Let's talk about the recessors first. You're working on double recessors and triple recessors, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're well aware of the odds of even hitting a double recessor, right?
So I'm doing it a very I will not. My goal is to never make something that cannot produce a guaranteed visual. So like to always have the visual double het or the visual het. So I don't ever want to have a normal triple het. That's never going to be a thing that I never want to see a 50%. I don't want to see any of that. I want to see 100% or I want to see visuals. So I am going about it in that way. I know it's going to cost me more upfront to do it that way. However, it will save so much time. I will get further ahead of the game because if I'm just doing the hets constantly, I'm going to fall behind. So by relying on other people to produce amazing things that I can then have, hopefully one day I'll have a Justin Kabelka snake. I don't have any from Justin. I would love to have one from him, from Ozzy, I would love to be able to financially be able to get those animals into my collection so that I can really start utilizing them to produce the 100% hets or to produce the double visuals or with a het, or that's what my goal is to always make 100% if not the visual. So
Well, what's your big projects that you're working on?
So like I have Hypo Clown, I have VPI Clown, I have VPI Pied, Clown Pied, I have Lab, I have Ultramel. So those are just single recessives for right now. So I have ingredients to throw together to put into. I know you don't want me getting out snakes, but if you let me get out a snake, I was gonna get out my Banana Enchi Chocolate double head Hypo Clown girl because she's beautiful. And I'm really excited to pair her to my visual Hypo Clown male. Who's also a pastel butter.
You know what?
But yeah,
you played along so far. You're fucking cute. Go get your dumb snake and show it off. Go ahead.
She's literally right behind me. So banana, chocolate, and she. And I know like the cameras never really do it justice, but where's your head? She's in there somewhere. But yeah.
Okay.
So banana, chocolate, and she, double het, hypo clown. So lost her at one point. We went on vacation and she decided that she was going to use that opportunity to get one by the pet sitter and escape. So she was gone for about a week, and then thank goodness woke up one night to a calamity in the kitchen, and she was climbing up my baker's rack knocking stuff down. But this is not a replaceable animal. Like there is not another banana, chocolate, and she hypo clown head hypo clown that I could just go buy. So I was
But
very, very happy.
you do realize, right, that it just looks like a banana enchie, right?
Well, like I know, because you can't really see the chocolate, but with her baby pictures, she's more chocolatey looking, and like her head is still more chocolatey. But anyway, that's my girl, my escapee that I was very grateful to get back. I hate escaped snakes.
All right, so is everybody happy? You got to see a fucking snake on the Fatman Nation. That's the last one that you're ever gonna fucking see. And again, thank God you're not hideous, because if you were hideous, I'd be like, nah, we're fine. All right, so we're good. All right. What's the most expensive snake that you have in your collection right now?
My males are definitely on the higher end, but as far as like value, probably my orange dream leopard and she clown pied female. She was my first Tinley pickup, so I was at Tinley for the first time ever, and walking around and saw her or saw another clown pied that I was really interested in. Messaged Brian and I was like, Brian, there's this clown pied there. What do you think of it to add to the collection? And he's like, well, there's this other one on Morph Market. And lo and behold, I showed Kevin and Whitney from A Exotics, and they were like, they're here, and he probably has that snake here. And so from going off the Morph Market page, we found the booth that had the snake that we were looking at on Morph Market, and it was her. So I ended up with Orange Dream Leopard and she clown pied that I'm very excited about. I got a really good deal on her, but as far as like what her actual value is, she's probably my most valuable. And I don't know that I will use her to make clown pies. I will probably use her to put into the VPI, my banana leopard VPI pied. So again, like you're making everything visually pied. That's double het for clown and VPI. So that's kind of my goal as far as how I want to do my breedings, is to make sure I'm still getting those visuals with the hets. And also, again, I don't want to play with 50%, although I love Charlie to death and would shed test them all. I would like to avoid it.
Well, the thing is, I got a friend of mine that just hit a triple visual from a triple het to triple het pairing, right? So yeah, he hit the odds. Like he was an ex-partner in eyeballs, and never did we hit those odds when he was with us, right? But when he's away from us, he hit those odds, and pow, you have a $30,000 snake right there. And then the question is, do you sell the snake and get the money right now, like if this happened to you, or do you keep the snake, hope that you could keep it alive for a year and breed it to other, triple hets? What would you do in that situation?
In my book, you keep it.
You keep it.
You keep it. Yeah.
There's something insane about that. I understand that that's how the business works, right? But there is something insane about having a house down payment.
Oh, I know.
But also if you play your cards right, in a year, that snake could be worth $250,000 because of the offspring
or whatever.
So it's a gamble. It's definitely a gamble. You would keep it.
I would keep it. I would keep it as a breeder, hopefully. Again, like hopefully it's a good enough animal that it will breed and it will do well and make more beautiful things. So I keep it.
So we're coming up on an hour, but I got a feeling this will be a little bit of a conversation here.
Mhm.
Best thing about the hobby and worst thing about the hobby
Best thing
from a
about
new breeder's perspective.
from a new breeder's perspective, the best thing about the hobby is the people, and then the worst thing about the hobby can also be the people.
The people right there, the
So
worst. They're the
as
worst
we're
people
talking,
ever.
so I haven't been very jaded, and I've had pretty much positive experiences. I have, now that I'm thinking about it, I have had one negative experience where I did get stiffed on a package of snakes that I sold and was partially paid for and is yet to be finished paying for after almost a year. So I have given up hope on ever seeing that money. And it's a lesson learned for me. But at the same time, like, I'm not going to let one jerk be the reason that I don't still love what I do, because
Wait, you sent the snakes out before you got the full payment?
I did, because it was a repeat customer. So it wasn't just like somebody off the street. It was somebody that I had sold to before. They made a payment initially. And so I felt comfortable. It was animals that honestly I was not sad to see go. Like, it was a breeding group that I just was not going to be in that project anymore. So I was looking to rehome them, and he said he'd take them. So that's kind of, yeah, that kind of sucks. And I know I'm not the only person that's happened to, but like I said, it's a lesson learned. Would I ever do that again? Like, let the animals go before I had full payment? No. So as
You
a
want to
new
call
breeder,
out that
learn that
dickhead's name now?
I kind of do,
Go
but
ahead.
well, I'm gonna hold it back, because I did message him recently, and we'll see if he decides to do the right thing. But at the same time, again, the people are what I love. Again, like you and Billy and Kevin and Whitney and Stephen and Courtney, like all the people I've met and all the experiences that I've had, like going to Tinley and being able to sit at a table at an auction next to Charlie and, Kevin from Sugar Skull. And, I had Jordan and Scott from Genesis on one side of me, and, Kevin and Whitney. And it was just like, I got to be among these people at a table at this auction that, like, people would dream of. Well, I guess people in the reptile hobby at least would dream of, like, being able to do that. And I got to do that. So, and everyone just has been, for the most part, so incredibly nice. You included, like, the fact that I'm even here talking to you. I feel like I have no right whatsoever as a new breeder, as somebody that is still learning, who makes mistakes. The fact that you would invite me on and just let me talk about my passion and what I love doing, and being a part of this is really special to me, and I appreciate it very much.
Well, I mean, again, if you were hideous, would have never asked. Okay, very shallow here, just so you know. We're very shallow over at the Fatman Nation. Anyway, if people want to get in touch with you, you're going to be at Gettysburg, right? You're going to be hanging out.
I'll be hanging out. I'll be walking around. Yep.
You're going to be. How do they get in touch with you on Instagram?
Instagram is the best. So it's Firebaby BP. So Firebaby was taken, so I had to put the BP for ball pythons after that. But it's just, that's the best way to get in touch with me. If you want to see what's coming out, or what I'm hatching, or what I'm pairing, or what I'm doing, like, Instagram is where I post. I do have a personal Facebook page, but I don't do a lot of reptile stuff on there.
Okay.
So Instagram is the best.
Okay, well, I'm just going to say it. I can't be responsible for any of these assholes sliding into your DMs later on tonight, okay? Can't be responsible.
I will blame you a little bit. I
can't be responsible. Fucking dudes are pervs, all right? Dudes are fucking pervs. How many dick pics you got in your phone right now?
0.
Stop it.
And, like, you keep saying this, and, like, I am so not that girl. Like, I am not the girl that, like, the guys come to. Like, this is why I've been single 90% of my life. Like, I don't date, because I don't know.
So you have no dick pics in your phone. 0 dick pics.
0. Absolutely 0.
How many would you like in your phone?
Oh my gosh, I would like to keep it where it's at.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll get you at least 5 tonight. Okay. And see if you like it. See if you like it. All right. You may like it.
I'll let
okay?
you know. I'll let you
Right?
know.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me know. Let me know if you even get one. Okay.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What are you
No, I'm
doing?
definitely going to send you the one I have. Right. Yeah. Okay. There you go. Yeah. Because guys only have one dick picture. It's like because every other dick picture that we take, you're like, no way am I sending that shit out. Like that shit looks really small. Okay. So fucking it's that's how it works. Dudes only have one dick pic in their phone. Your
I
dad
understand.
has a dick pic in his phone. Okay.
Oh my
Your
God.
your grandfather has a dick pic in his phone. You can't give guys a camera that small and that portable and expect them not to take pictures of their dick with the phone. Remember the cameras that they used to leave at weddings? Like the disposable cameras, or are you too young to
Yeah.
remember that?
No,
Yeah,
I absolutely do. Yeah.
yeah. I used to take dick pics with that phone at the wedding, and then just like wait for them to fucking develop them, right? Yeah, it was fun, great, a lot of fun. Okay. Anyway, Brittany, thank you for hanging out with me, and thank you for taking the time. I look forward to seeing you this weekend.
I look forward to seeing you too.
It's going to be fun. So we're all going to go out to dinner afterwards. Let's hope you guys come. Is Brian coming also?
Brian is not coming. He is not a big traveler. Like going to shows is like if there's a potential for him to earn money, like he'll go. But if there's no potential for that, he's not going. So,
Okay. Right.
but my bestie will be there. I told you she's coming. So because
Okay.
she lives 30 minutes from the show. So yeah,
Beautiful.
she got moved away from me. So
is she hot too? Because we can't be having ugly bitches at our dinner.
If you think I'm good looking, she's beyond. Yes.
Good deal. All
Don't
right.
worry. I'll give you some eye candy.
Okay, good. That's all we asked for because we're a bunch of hideous dudes. There's going to be like 13 hideous guys there, so we're going to need at least two. So, but thank you again for hanging out and do me a favor, hang out backstage for 5 minutes, and then we'll say goodnight. Everybody, Fire Baby BP. All right, on Instagram. Go follow Brittany. Brittany, thank you again.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. All right. Fucking making shit happen. Keeping shit under an hour. Fucking we're doing good here. Thank you for everybody that's that stuck around for the whole thing. I do look forward to meeting some of you guys in Gettysburg this weekend. So here, wait, I got something to show you guys. Okay. I do one of these for every show that I go to. Okay, so it says, "Don't worry, Gettysburg. I am not Sean Bradley." Okay, so look for the guy in this shirt. Okay, this way we could avoid any wheelchair confusion. Okay, that's going on at the shows. 15 minutes of lane contest starts this month on November 16th. Head on over to the fatmannation.com to vote for the best new breeder of 2024. You're going to be seeing a lot of shit in your feeds about the contest over the course of the next month, and I hope you guys go and vote. Last year, for the popular vote, we had over 14,000 votes, and I'm hoping to beat that number this year because we got a definite good crop of people that really anybody could win this year. So thank you again, guys, for staying in, sticking around. Next week, we got an episode of My One Black Friend and My One White Friend. Then on the next Hot Girl show, we're going to have Jamie from Moreforge, who looks surprisingly hot as a fucking elf. I just want to say that, okay? Surprisingly hot as a fucking elf. Fucking chick looks like Galadriel, all right? So, yeah, if you want to see another hot girl, fucking come back here next Sunday. Or not next Sunday, but the Sunday following next. Last Snakes in the Fatman show of the year is going to be on November 15th. I'm going to have Donato Signore and Danny Carrero, my old partners from Eyeballs, on. And Tag White, Tag's Pythons is going to be the 15-minute of lane guest, the last 15 minutes of lane guest. for 2024. So hope you guys show up there. If you like what you see here, join the Patreon. The Patreon is a lot of fun. You'll get an invite to the Discord right away. And you'll be showing support for new videos and shows that we have coming out in 2025. So, all right, guys, thank you very much. I appreciate everything that you guys have done. Thank you for hanging out for a little bit, and I will see you guys in a week, 2 weeks, and 2 weeks again. All right, guys, bye bye.